Good morning, family, and welcome to Morning Heart Devotion with Dr. Yong, brought to you by our Heavenly Parent Holy Community. Let us begin by greeting our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chunjin champumaninke, kyungbe. Haru. Now I'd like to ask Reverend Milhan Stevens to lead us in the family pledge.
가정맹세 1. 자녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 자녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 장부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇族권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 장부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 천여국 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
And to open us up in prayer this morning, I'd like to invite Bill Stoner to lead us in prayer.
Please join me in prayer. Dear beloved Heavenly Parent, Hanunim, please look with favor upon these of your children who have gathered from all parts of America to come before you to lift your heart in anxious anticipation of the time when we are no longer members of a church, no longer members of a culture or society, but we are your true sons and your true daughters. Beloved Heavenly Parent, we come before you this morning that we might learn, grow, and practice true love. Heavenly Parent, we can't thank you enough, dear God, that you have sent Dr. Yong to be able to lead and guide us along the path by which we may open the gates of Chanoguk for your heart and for all of your children. Abba, dear God, we deeply repent and apologize that this nation has brought great suffering to your heart. For inasmuch as you have given of yourself, that this could be the place where people could learn how to live as brothers and sisters with one another. Instead, we have migrated away from you. We have turned our back on you, the same as Adam and Eve did in the garden. Let us make a new resolve, Heavenly Parent, that we can truly bring joy, comfort, and happiness to your heart as we could be shining examples of what it means to live in true love, to practice true love, and to give true love to one another. Abba, dear God, as we are on a front line, as we are living and practicing a life of faith by which we can push the realm of sin and Satan back, I pray, Heavenly Parent, that can extend to the point where Eventually, there will be no more front line anymore. There will be no more sadness or sorrow. But I pray that all of your children can dwell with you as a result of who we are and what we've done this day. So, Heavenly Parent, please speak to us this day through Dr. Yong, that we can bring all of your children back home to you, and that we can all live with you in the bosom of your heart forever and ever and ever. Hananam, we thank you, dear God. We give our best to you, and we ask your blessing on this morning devotion. Named Bill and Mary Stoner, we are the Blessed Stoner family. Aj.
Andrew, thank you for that beautiful prayer, Uncle Bill. That was wonderful, really opening up our hearts this morning. So now let's go into our breakouts and share our appreciation points with one another, and we'll be back soon. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you enjoyed your breakout session. I had a lot of fun in mine expressing our appreciation points with one another. So first up, I would love to invite on Ava Clark to please unmute and share with us this morning.
Good morning. I will add Rebecca's sharing. I'm not going to share what she shared, but she's beautiful, and I was really, I'll add her to my gratitude list right now. Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, I was sharing, like in two different areas. One was from morning devotion yesterday, the fresh heart. It's really, fresh heart over habits, right? And yesterday also in my breakout, the takeaway breakout, there was one brother who talked about how to be childlike, you seek joy and pleasure, and you're always curious, which is really the fresh heart. So I kind of added that to my being childlike in that sense, and also the other beautiful sister who has as a motto, I am unconditional love. So I stole that too. So I'm really grateful for everybody's contribution in the breakouts, because sometimes it's like I get, oh yeah, that's a great one, I'm gonna remember that. So and my second area of gratitude was yesterday there was a songwriter workshop at Manhattan Center, which is where I work and my husband works, and I was really grateful for Yojanim, who is who really is for art and culture and the impact it can have. And I was really grateful that workshop could happen. And also my husband got this like inspiration in the morning. He works part-time. Oh, I should go into work today. And then he ended up being able to spend time with them, and yeah, really grateful for Hyojinim, and yeah, thank you. So
Thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. Next up, I would like to invite Ursula Hanlon to please unmute and share with us this morning. Ursula Hanlon.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this morning I was reflecting on how important it is to be unchanging. And a lot of things come to my mind. I'm very grateful to all those leaders and members who display consistency in the church. Like this aspect is so important to me. It really gives me strength. And to mind come Milan Stevens, who every morning recites the pledge without fail, and Dr. Young, every morning he does the morning devotion. And I kind of really get strength not just for morning devotion or what these people say, but just the fact that every day they are there for us. And it just gives me so much hope and so much strength to continue this life of faith, and especially in a world that is so miserable and changing every day, and every day we get bombarded with things that are changing. So I personally, I really thrive of people who are consistent. And also our sister who reads Father's words every day, she's always there. It's amazing. It's just plain amazing. So that's my gratitude this morning. Thank you.
Wow, thank you for that beautiful sharing. To be unchanging. It's a beautiful message this morning. Thank you. So now let us open up our minds and open up our hearts and welcome Dr. Chungshik Yong for Morning Heart Devotion.
안녕하세요. Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters, clergy and members for peace. 안녕하십니까? I miss all of you. I realize that, America is my home. Who are real my true brothers and sisters? You are my real brothers and sisters. I really feel that I have a really longing heart to see American brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for your incredible 정성 and supporting. Even though I could not join by live, but you are really attending without change in your heart. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Today, I'd like to talk about the unity of the world and humankind's responsibility from True Mother's Anthology Volume 2. Let's start it.
The unity of the world and humankind's responsibility. The purpose of our North Korean visit was not to establish joint ventures or to seek ways to make money. Neither did we go there hoping to visit our hometowns or to meet our relatives. We went in accordance with the will of God, carrying with us God's heart of true love that seeks always to give unconditionally. Our purpose was to testify to the commandments of heaven so that the leaders of that society could realize what they must do in order to open the floodgates for true unification. Reverend Moon was received in North Korea as a state guest of the highest order, yet he did not rest comfortably for even one night. Every night during our stay, he spent his time in fervent prayer, offering God a foundation of devotions and calling on heaven for help in establishing the conditions for reunification. Unification of the Korean Peninsula will not be brought about solely through political negotiations or commercial trade. Unification is possible only through heavenly fortune and God's true love. This is because reunification is connected directly to the providence of God as a necessary step toward global unity. Today is a historic occasion in which women leaders have gathered from around the world. I would not want to detract from this occasion by merely giving a few words of ceremonial greeting. Instead, I want to deliver a declaration emphasizing the teachings of Reverend Moon, which are rooted in the heart of God that transcends past, present, and future. My words today are a declaration before heaven and earth, with history as my witness. The concepts I am going to speak about may seem unfamiliar to some of you, but the heavenly truth that they deal with are something that all women today need to understand. We live in a diseased world whose destruction is inevitable. Every day we hear the ugly sounds of its final death rattle. We can trace the origin of this disease to our first ancestors who lost their position in paradise. Our first ancestors contracted a serious disease. In religious terms, this event is referred to as the human fall. History began in a diseased state. Satan and this diseased state have been the central focus of human history. The tragedy of human history is that it originated with Satan, the Lord of evil, who took a position against God's ideal of creation, and with the marriage of Adam and Eve, who had become separated from God through the fall.
Yes, True Mother said the purpose of our North Korean visit was to go in accordance with the will of God, carrying with us God's heart of true love that seeks always to give unconditionally. Our purpose was to testify to the commandment of heaven so that the leaders of that society could realize what they must do in order to open the floodgates for true unification. True Mother also said unification of the Korean Peninsula will not be brought about solely through the political negotiations or commercial trade. Unification is possible only through heavenly fortune. Mother here emphasizing very much. Unification is very possible only through heavenly fortune and God's true love. This is very important content, my brothers and sisters. So when does a heavenly fortune come? Heavenly fortune always comes to unity. Where there is a heavenly fortune, there is unity. Where there is unity, there is always heavenly fortune. That's why unity is the key. Where there is unity, mind and body, definitely God will come down. If there is a unity between husband and wife, definitely God will come down. Where there is a unity between Cain and Abel, really God guided them where to go. Even incredible financial blessing is coming. That's why, how can we create unity? This is the important point. Unity is the key. And secondly, very important matter here, mother saying, even enemies come to those who possess the true love that can move and touch their heart. First one, unity is the key. Secondly is what? You need to have the true love. You can even embrace your enemy and touch your enemy's heart. This is the key point. The secret of the Jacob's subjugating Esau was that he invested all his absolute faith and love and wisdom along with everything, materially. True parents also gave a lot of help by laying the economic foundation to save North Korea with true love for the unification of North and South Korea. Now, in order to win the secular war, you have the more skills and abilities and more achievement than them. Here, actual achievements refer to economic strength. And skills and abilities refer to true love that can love and embrace even enemies. But key is the what? True love. If you really have true love, as much as you have true love, financial blessing always coming. This is for me, my 47 years experience since I joined Unification Church. As much as you have true love, you can digest, you can embrace your enemy. No need to worry financial fortune. Definitely will come. Because money, fortune always follow true love. This is a really universal principle. I am telling you again. The money, fortune always follow the true love. That's why important thing is why I don't have money, why financially so difficult, this and that, why church is so much poor. Before you complaining that, you need to check that. How much do I have true love? You know? Where there is true love, material blessing automatically will follow. Where there is a flower, where there is a honey, and the bee and butterfly automatically will go there. Many people do not know, this important universal principle. Jesus died on the cross, and then he forgave his enemy because of his true love. Expanded Christian foundation so quickly everywhere. Not because of the money issue. Money is a second matter. That's why who really understand who is Jesus and his love, they want to offer everything what they have. But this is the power of true love. For those who can love and embrace even their enemies, the heavenly fortune will surely come down and the spirit world will help them wherever they go. Therefore, if we want to unify North and South Korea, first we need to check whether we have unity or not within our movement. We really have the unity or not? We really have the unity with God? We really have a unity with true mother, true parents? We really have the unity among the brothers and sisters? This is the key point. And the second thing we need to check is whether we really love North Korea and have true love that we can embrace or not? My brothers and sisters, Father's conclusion is what? How can unify between North Korea and South Korea? Unification church members. How much do you have true love and can embrace and educate South Korean people, including political leaders? Cannot unify the between North Korea and South Korea by economical power. Of course, money is needed, but which one is the priority? Need to know. Need to know that. There is unity, mind and body. Definitely Holy Spirit come down. As much as I conquer my physical body, definitely God will come down. This is a really unchanging principle, my brothers and sisters. No one can deny. Living divine principle, heaven and hell. Let's study EDP.
Heaven and hell. It is not God who decides whether a person's spirit enters heaven or hell upon his death. It is decided by the Spirit himself. Humans are created so that once they reach perfection, they will fully breathe the love of God. Those who committed sinful deeds while on earth become crippled spirits who are incapable of fully breathing in the love of God. They find it agonizing to stand before God, the center of true love, and choose to dwell in hell of their own will. Since the human spirit can grow only in the soil of the physical self, the multiplication of human spirits takes place at the same time that the multiplication of physical selves occurs during earthly life.
Okay, let's study Father's word.
The standard to go to heaven. What is the standard by which you can go to heaven? It is to love God more than your own son. If you cannot love God, you cannot escape the authority of Satan. That is why you cannot go to heaven if you do not love God more than your own husband or wife. Fallen humankind has escaped the pit of the authority of satanic love, but they have not completely come out yet. That is why you must love God more than your mother or father.
Yes. What is the standard for going to heaven? Very important guidance. Father said, it is to love God more than your children, more than your wife, and more than your husband, more than your parents. So also in the Bible, Matthew chapter 22, verses 37 to 39, Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. To the Father said that unless we love God more, we can never escape the authority of the Satan. He said that unless we love the invisible God more than our physical parents and children, we cannot overcome the authority of the Satan. He told us to love God more than we love true parents. Father, it's really amazing. You know, Christian people are saying that Jesus is the God. You know, God is an invisible being. Jesus is the Son of God. They are very confusing about this issue. That's why Father saying that. What's our priority? We need to put our top priority. God is first. And second, our true parents. True parents cannot be number one. We need to know that. You know, God is our creator. Jesus is the Messiah, God's son. That's why God have to put priority, top priority. That's why Bible says you need to love God more than anything else. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. The other thing is in the second matter. That's why even true Father educate us. You need to love God more than me. Otherwise, you cannot love me. You cannot love your husband and wife. You cannot love your neighbor. Many people are confusing about this one. When we love God with this kind of standard, I treat my husband as God. I treat my wife as God. This vertical alignment standard come from where? I need to put God as top priority. Am I sure? Am I correct or not? This is very important content. If we too much praise human being, then big problem. We need to know very clearly, God is number one. That's why even to the Father said, you need to love God more than me. Clear, very clear about this point. Next.
Life sacrifice for heaven. I'm sure you want to go to heaven, but if you do not sacrifice your life, you absolutely cannot go. Try going to heaven. Are there any people there who did not sacrifice their lives? This is the essence of our faith.
In loving God, the Bible says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. These words are telling you to lay down your life for the love of God. It means you need to die. You need to die for God. With all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind means you prepare to die in order to love God. Especially fallen man. If you do not die, you do not prepare to die for God, how can you separate from Satan? It is impossible. That's why what's the best way to separate from Satan? You need to put God as a top priority. Love the Lord your God with all your soul. Means I need to die. Need to die. Because we love our own self first. We love our own money first, our own material first, our own self first, my own family first. This is Satan. This is Satan. That's why, what is our priority? We already need to know about that. Next, today's youth ministry, a person with the original nature of God. Very important content as well. Let's study.
A person with original nature of love. A person with original nature of love is harmonious wherever they go and full of will in everything. They hardly become frustrated because of somebody or have conflicts in relationships. How then do they become like that? It is because a person with love of their original nature of love always live forming a reciprocal relationship with heaven. No matter if they go to prison, have a disease, no matter what situation, a person who attaches themselves to and thinks of their Father is a person of original nature. And a person with original nature of love always lives evoking the heart. They never treat themselves as their own. No matter what insurmountable trials and difficulties come, a person of original nature does not lose their original selves. On the contrary, when a person who lives according to the environment takes a certain responsibility, they are dominated by it and just become a worker. It should become work for me, but instead, I become someone who exists because of work, and things will happen where the host and guest are reversed. My original self should become the subject. The work cannot become the subject.
Yes, very important content. If I take on any responsibility, will my work become the subject? Or will my heart becomes the object? When the subject becomes the object and the
当主体
object
变成
becomes
对
the
象，
subject,
对
it
象
is
变成
to
主体，
lose one's original self, original nature.
那么容易
What
就
is
失
the point?
去一个本
The
性的
subject
爱，
become object, object become the subject.
主题变对象，对象变主
Satan
体。
should be the object partner of the
撒旦
Adam
应该
and
是
Eve.
对象，
Cannot be the
亚
subject
当推
partner.
销
That's why the
无法成为
object
主
partner
体。
becomes subject partner, subject partner become object partner.
对别人
This
主体
is the
对象
fall,
颠
my
倒，
brothers and
这就是
sisters.
堕落。
That's why your work, your job
为
have
什
to
么
become subject,
你的
or
工作
your heart have to become object? Which one?
要成为主体，你的
Why
心情
we
的
lost
对
our
象吗？
original self? Because
是吗？为什么我们
my
失去
work,
本
my
来的
job
自己？
become the subject, my
因为
heart
我的
become
工
the
作
object.
变成主体，我的
That's
心
the
情变成
fall.
对
This
象，
is
这
the
就是
getting
堕落。
disorder, my brothers and sisters.
我们失去了这
Why
样的
we
一个次序。
lose our original nature? Because something
为什
like
么我们
that.
会失去我们的本性？就是因为
Therefore,
因
the
为这样，
heart should
因
always
此
be the subject.
心情应该
In
总
order
是成
for
为
the heart
主
to
体
become。the subject, the heart must be evoked.
心
And
情应该要被
joy
启
and
发，
gratitude must follow.
然后感谢必须随之而来。
The way we easily lose our original
我们
selves.
很容易失去我们
In the
本来
early
自己的
days
方
of the
式。
church, two
在
father
早
directly
期的
guided
教
the
会之父
Korean
亲直
members
接
and
的
had many
引导会员，
concerns.
并且拥有许多
In a
的
word,
担忧。
two father
一
said
句话
that
来
many
说，
members do
中
not
心说，许多
properly
的
know
会
the
并没有
taste of
能够
faith.
妥善地去了解
Why
信仰
is
的
that?
滋味。
It
为
is
什么呢？
because when we
因为
take over some
当我们
responsibility,
负起一些责
we
任的
lose
时候，
ourselves.
我们失去我们自
And
己。
we also try to teach the
我
other
们也是
person
试着去教
before
导
we
其他
put
的
it
人，
into practice.
在我们
For
实践之前
example,
去教导其他的
just
人。
because we heard
举例
the
来说，仅仅是
principle,
因为我们
we
聆听
first
原
try to
理，
teach the
我们首
principle
先
to
试着去
others
教导
without even
其他的
trying
原
to
理，却没有
practice it.
试着去实践
This is
它。
because our
这
faith
是因为
is
我
still
们的
like
信
that
仰
of
仍
a
然还
young
像
child.
一个
People whose
小
faith
朋友
is
一
still
样。
young
那
first
些
try to teach
信仰
others
还是
and
很年轻的
persuade
人，
them.
试着去教导他人，
Since
并且
they
说服
first
他
try to
们，
teach and
因为他们试着
persuade,
去教导
they
他们，
lose
并
their
说
original
服他们，所以
selves.
他们失去了他们的
When
本
our
性。
unification church members
当我们
meet
的统一教会
Christians
的
who
会员
believe the
遇见这
Bible
些
literally,
相信
while saying that their
圣
theories
经
are
字面
wrong,
意义的这
we
个基
try
督
to
教徒，
unconditionally
同时
teach the
去说
principle.
他们的理论是
We
错的，那我
blow
们就
our own trumpet
我们尝试
over
着去
what we know,
无条
saying
件地教
such
导原理。
things,
那我们
saying
呢，
things such
就
as,
是
do
有
you
点
think
像
the
是
fruit of the tree of
吹牛这
knowledge
样子，让我们
and good and evil
照
is
我
a
们
literal
所知
fruit?
的，
Is the Lord
你觉得
really
这样的一
coming
个
in the clouds?
这样的知识
Will
树
there
是一
really
个
be
真实的
judgment of
树
fire
吗？
in
是
the
市面
last
上的树
days?
吗？主是
Will
真
the
实的，
dead
能
really
够
rise
会
from their
驾云而来
graves?
吗？
Very important
或者是
questions.
末日真的会有着
A
火吗？
mistake
这样
we
的一个
made in
的
our
事
life
情，
of faith is that we try to teach
在我
others
们信仰
first
生活当
without
中，
trying to show them
我们试着
in
去
practice.
教导他人，却没有去实
If we
践、
try
去
to
展
teach
现。
without putting it into practice,
如果你试着去
spirit world does not respond
教导，
at
却没有
all.
实践，那么灵界
Spiritual
不
world does
不
not
会，
help you at all.
绝对不会
Because
帮
you
助
are
你
just
的。
only saying, not practicing.
只
That's
有
the
说
issue.
没有实践，
Okay?
这就是个问
Without
题。
practicing, without changing, without transformation experience your
没有
heart,
实践，
and
没有
just
去
I try
转
to
变你
teach
的
you
心
first
情，
what I learned from divine principle.
我只是
That's
试
the
着去
problem.
实践，这
Why?
就是
Why we cannot break
我就
through?
只是试着去
Why
没有
we
时间就
cannot
去教，
increase
就会
our
变
church
成
membership?
问题。
This is the main reason. Since I know divine principle, how much
因为我了
do
解
I
原理，
change?
自从我了解原理，我有改变了多少呢？
How much do I become different person?
我多
How
少
much
成为一个不同
really
的人，
develop my character?
或多少发展我的性
In order
格。
for the spiritual world and to work together to mobilize the spiritual world, we need to move people, touch people. If
你
we
知道，我
live
们
a
必须要
life
来感动他
that
人，
moves people, spiritual world will surely help you,
一
and
旦我
you
们感
will
动他
become
人，
a
灵界就能
person
够
that
帮助你。
they can trust. Next.
Now is not the age to proclaim
现
the
在是一
word.
个
The current
宣
age
告
is
圣
not
言
an
的时
age
代
to，
现
proclaim
在的时
only
代
the
并不是一
word,
个
because now even secular
仅
people
仅
have
只
grown
有
a
圣言的
lot,
时
and
代，
there
因为
has
世
been a
俗人们已
change in
经
the
成长了许
dynamics
多，
of the providence of
并且
restoration.
在复归设理当中已
Now
经有
we
许多的
cannot
改变。
only have
现
the
在我
word.
不能够仅仅
No
只有
matter
圣
how
言，
wonderful the word
无论
is,
圣言有多
it
么
will not go
棒，
through.
也不会
Now we should
通
be able to
过。现
heal
在
the other
我们
person's
应该要能够来
problems and
治愈
sorrows.
他人的问题和悲
And we
伤。
must have the ability to work
我必
harmoniously
拥
with
有这个
anyone,
可以能够与任何人和
yesterday
谐地
in
工 工作的能
harmony in
力。
our own area
我们
area
必
of
须
responsibility.
在我们的责任分
However,
担当中拥
those
有
who keep
和
making
谐。然而，那
excuses
些
or
持
blaming
续
others
找借
are
口
not
或责备
people
他
who
人的人
follow
们，
the
并不
path of
是
faith.
那些跟追随着
First
信仰
of
道
all,
路的人们。
I have to
首先呢，
digest
我必
and
须要
conquer
消
the
化，并且
responsibility entrusted to me
征
no
服
matter
一
what.
切交托给
I
我的
have
责
to
任，
have
不
an
论怎么样。
absolute belief
我
that
必
there is
须拥有一
nothing
个
that
绝对的
cannot be
信念，
conquered in the
没有任何
area
事
I
情
am
是无法被
responsible
征
for.
服，在我负责的领域当
Given
中无
the
法被
fact that
征服的。
God has worked the providence of restoration so
从神
far
一直在
in
富
the
贵这里
Old
当中动工
Testament
的事实，
times,
我们知道
it
在
was
旧约，
locked up in the law.
它
Keeping the
被律
law
法所捆绑，
gave me peace of mind,
保守律
comfort,
法会
and
给我
hope.
平安
When
和
people are
希望。
gathered by the law, the self-indulgent person is subject to the law and
那
led
当人
to
们是因为律
become
法
a
聚集
good
在一起，
person.
那大家是因
The
为
present age is
沉溺于
not
律
the
法
age
当
of
中，
proclaiming only the word.
因为
Now
律
you
法
should
变成
be
一个
able
善
to
的
help
人，
the other person by first resolving their problems and sorrows. To impress others, to
所以我首
move
先要帮助
others,
他人解决
you
问
need
题，
to
为了
discover what they need the most.
要
If
来
you
帮
always
助
live
他人，
for
你
the
必须要
sake
了解
of,
他最
for
需
the
要的
sake
是
of
什
other
么。
person, you quickly realize that what they need. In
当你
addition,
真实了
you become
真实的
spiritually so sensitive.
了解他
While
们，
you're living for the sake of others all the time, you know that that
我
person,
总是
what
他
do
们，
they need?
会
You
知道他
you
们需要
immediately
什么，
catch their needs.
你可以抓住他们
But
的
those
需
who are
求。
just living for your own sake, you
真
don't
只是
know
为了
what's
自
going
己
on with
而
my
活的人，
children, with my neighbor, with my husband. You cannot get anything, no feeling, because your life
你无
is
法感觉
very
到
much
任何的
centered
东
on
西。
yourself. However, while really living for the sake of others and spiritually so sensitive, immediately you can catch
就像我们为他人而
what
活，我们
do
可以
they
变得非常
need.
敏感，我们可以能够
Furthermore,
抓
the
立即的去
responsibility
抓住。
entrusted to me must be digested and conquered no matter what.
这交
I
托给我
must
的
have
责
the
任，
absolute belief
我也
that
可以能够来
there's
征
nothing
服。
that cannot be conquered in the field I am responsible for. So where I take the heart of the parents that I take
在我
responsibility
拥
for
有这个
and
父母的心态的地
protect
方，
and nurture everything
可以
on behalf
负责
of
的地
God and
方，
through
保护
parents
并
in
且
spiritual
养
world,
代替神养育
I
一切的
can
地
bear
方，
any
这父母和
responsibility
灵
given
切，
to me. Next.
那
Become
我在那
people
里
who
可以能
gain
够
freedom
承
from
担
the
任何给
law
我的
of the
责
word.
任，
In the Old
成
Testament
为可以能
times, the
够
chosen people were
从律
strictly
法的世界
educated
的
under the
圣言当中
law.
获得自由的人们，
Keeping the law
在旧
is
约
for
时代，
becoming
这些
oneself
拣选的人
who is
们
in
啊，
harmony with the
严格的
law.
在律法当中被教
However,
育，
I
保持了
couldn't
律
escape
法，
the law
就是
because
让
I
一个
kept
人
it
可以成为
reluctantly.
跟律
In
法之间
fact,
的和谐。
setting
然而，我没有
conditions
办法
is to be
摆脱律
liberated
法，
from
因为
those
我是不
conditions
情愿地
and
来
to
持守
find
的它。
one's original
事实上，
self.
这一条件
The
是
purpose of this is to create an original self that has nothing to
在这
do
条
with
件
the
当中
law
解放，来寻找到
beyond
一
that
个人本来
condition
的自
that
己。
requires rituals
这
and
些的目的是为了创
institutions.
造一个本
What
来的自
makes
己，并且
me independent of the
并
law
且这
is
跟
not that I
律
do
法
not keep the
无
law,
关，而是超越
but
这样
that
的条
I will
件，是
go
需要
beyond the law
需
and
要这个仪
practice
式的
it
这样的一个条件，
autonomously.
那使
In the
可以
Old
使
Testament age,
我独立于
this
律
was
法的，并
confined
不
to the
是
law.
保持着律
As
法，
said
而
in
是
Romans
我
of
可以
the
能够来超
Bible,
越律法，
you
并且
must
自动地
first
来实
pass
践
the
它。
law of
在
the
旧约时
word.
代，被
Regardless
律
of
法
whether
所
there
限
is a
制，
law of the word or
就如
not,
同在
I must
圣
become a
经罗
law
马书中
keeper
所说的，你必须
myself.
首先通过律
Even
法
if there
圣
is
言。
a law,
无论
those
是
who
否
keep
有
the
律法
law
圣
are
言，
still
我必
under
须
the
要
law.
成为一个
Novice
自己成一
drivers
个
are
律法的
governed
保
by
持者，
traffic laws. However,
因为也有
once
这样
they
的一
get
个律
used to
法，
it,
就那些保
just
持律
as
法
it
的
is
人，仍然
natural to
在律
obey
法
the
之下。
traffic law and gain freedom,
新的
we
这个
set conditions in our life of
新的
faith
这个
to go beyond those
开车的人
conditions
呢，
and
他们
gain
也是被这个
freedom
交通
in the
规
life of
范
our
所
original
主管。
nature.
然而，你
Thank
知道
you,
我们
Heavenly
习
Honey.
惯了，那就会好
In
像很自然的
John,
会去
Bible
遵守，
John,
并且获得
chapter
自由。
8, verse
我们在我们
32,
生活当中
then you
树
will
立
know
条
the
件，
truth,
超越这些条件，
and the
在我们本性当中获得自由。所以约翰福音8章32节说，然后你会了解真理，真理使你获得自由。所以我们那是可以使我们的本性获得解放呢。首先呢，你必须要自愿地来做一切每件事情。第二，你必须要开心，并且对一切感谢。下一个，你必须要
You must walk with a point in your heart for everything that goes beyond rituals.
你必须要这个真的是在你的心情当中来 工作，那可以能够超越仪式、系统和条件。
And gain freedom in the life of our original nature. Very important. However, in order to go properly, our life of faith formation stage.
为了要妥善的过信仰生活，这个在出生前我们需要设立条件。他长成期可能50%是自愿的心情。但完成期就没有跟条件无关，因为你非常的辛苦，所以可以超越条件，超越律法，可以自动地来做。你的心必须被唤起，从你的心情当中涌现。
My brothers and sisters, today I spoke to you on the title of the person with the original nature of love. Thank you very much. God bless you, my brothers and sisters.
依据有着本性的爱的人的这样的主题，是感谢大家。
We'll do that. 감사합니다. Sooner or later, I can see you by live. 감사합니다.
希望很快就可以见到大家。
Thank you, Dr. Yong, for that beautiful message. And now we'll have a living testimony given by Pastor Yvonne from ACLC Los Angeles about her experience being in Korea.
记录生活见证，邀请 ACLC 的牧师来做分享。
Greetings, each and every one of you. I am home and I am sitting in my prayer chamber. And before I did anything, I wanted to take time and sit quietly and just get in my prayer closet and do a reflection on this week from August 10th to the 15th.
要跟大家分享任何一切事情，让我们好好的静静的坐下来，来反思。
Before I got too busy or got too far beyond my afterglow, I wanted to share this reflection on my time in Seoul, Korea at
分享我在这个南韩的这段期间，我去参加这样的一个会议，是多么棒的一个经历！我真的非常的惊人，惊异。
It was both awing and amazing, spiritually sound. I'm thankful. I pray and I give glory to my heavenly Father,
我祷告，并且将这样的荣耀献给我的天父，
the Mother of Peace, for bringing this together. But I also thank YCLC, an amazing job our young people are doing. ACLC, my leadership, thank you for the opportunity to be in Seoul, Korea, to take part in the 10th anniversary of our own Father Moon transitioning into the spirit world. The song was absolutely amazing. I wept. I rejoiced. As many times and as for as long as I've been in ACLC, this was actually my first sangwa. And I was moved emotionally and spiritually to see the enactment in the arts, the dramatics that took place in the arena, enacting the enactment of Mother and Father Moon's life, their heart being transparent to show their love and how much that they want the world to be at peace and be one, and the kingdom of God, our garden of Eden being here on earth, all men dwelling together in peace and unity and harmony and love, not about unity as Dr. Ross thunderous speech went. You know, the orators was just absolutely amazing. Dr. John Jackson, amazing. All the religious leaders from all over the world, amazing. But to hear the unity in one voice, one sound coming out of Seoul, Korea, seeking one heart, the unified North and South Korea, there is a possibility, and I saw that possibility entering into the prayer temple, the vibrations of prayer of everyone from all walks of life, thunderously to heaven in our own voice, praising and praying and worshiping God in oneness. I saw a manifestation of God
它是
in
一体
me.
的，
I saw
你
the
会看
love
到
of
神的实
God
体，看到
waxing
爱的
strong in
神的
my
爱，
life for what is taking place in the
那我们在我
world
们
and
生命
in
当
this
中可以非
ministry.
常的
I
珍
am
藏。
so thankful for Dr. Haja Hung Moon and
感
the
谢
mantle
陈
that
赫
she
子博
chose,
士，
this Elijah mantle that she chose to go around the world and bring men and women together from all
去到
walks
世
of
界
life
各
for
地
the
拥
sake
抱
of
男人
peace
和
and
女
the
人，
sake of living for others.
也为他人而
I'm
活，
amazed. The afterglow has me just
很
absolutely
惊艳，
amazed. Looking deeper within myself to
它
determine
它有
how
内
much
心
more
深处，
love, how much more I can woo through the love of God,
了解
mankind,
我多少
into
才
the
能够来感动神。
endowment of this ministry, to understand this movement. It's not about unifying, bringing you into a realm of unification, but
首先
bringing
能
you
够
into a realm of the Spirit of God to bring us in oneness, in unity, soundness of mind, one people, one God, making a
一体，一
thunderous
个
voice
神
unto
会
heaven
兴
that his
起
kingdom
三个来
come
合
here
一，
on earth and his will be done in earth as it
这
is
旨
in
意也可以
heaven,
在
as
地上
he
来实现。
intended at the Garden of Eden, that Eden will be here on earth for us. And it is a possibility. There is a possibility if we all come together as one. As Dr. Ross
就
said,
是有
we're
个
not trying
我
to
们大家
bring
可以
you and
一起
make you
聚
a
在一起的，
unification, as we're trying to
来
bring
实现
you
神的
in
旨意，这是
unity
可能
with
的。
the universe of what our Father, our Heavenly
我觉得
Father, our
只有
Heavenly
在这个
Parent
宇宙中的一个
intended
父
from the
亲天
creation
父，
of time.
从这
I
个
am
创造开始
amazed.
就一直
I
存在
am
着。
in awe of what took place in Seoul, Korea.
我
I
真
was
的
able
是
to
感
sit
到震
with
惊，
possibilities from around all around the world that has now
后来
become that possibility. I didn't think it was possible, but
各
now
种
I
可
know that
能，
there is a possibility because I made connections with people that I would probably
这是
never
可
make
能的。
connections
因为我可以跟那些我可
in the
能从来无法
mundaneness of ministry
建立连接
that
的人
I'm
们来
accustomed
连
to.
接。
I was accustomed to. That's past tense. And I don't mean it as a negative, but I see the possibility of the world coming together, the embodiment of
我
Christ
看到这个世界
coming
可以聚
together
在一
in
起，
oneness. I see a woman
成为一
that
体的可
has a
能性，
mantle upon her life,
看
an
到一个
Elijah mantle that she caught that she could have
这
very
种庞大
easily
的心智的一个
sidestepped,
女
but
人，
she chose to wear this mantle, to go through the persecution, to
她
go
愿意
through
去
the
超越这个迫
controversies,
害
the trials, the tribulation, and yet she stand. Mother Moon, I applaud
困
you. I
困难。
applaud you for your stability. I applaud you for your wisdom. I applaud you for your transparency and your willingness to
那么
stand
愿意
before a world and take the persecution, to
的来感
stand
谢她，
in your
那她可以
footsteps and
站
say,
在
I
世界
shall
面
not be
前，
moved, but
能
I
够来
shall be planted like a
感
tree
受我
by
要
the
跟随着
rivers
这样的
of
一个步
living
伐。
water. And in due season, your fruit shall come to pass. I pray your strength. I
我
pray
祷告你
longevity
跟
over you,
努
that
力，
God will allow you to see the labor of your hands come in total
让神可以
fruition. All your
凭着你的
visions,
手能够来
as he
完成
said,
创
old
造。
men dream dreams and young men have vision. I pray that your vision
所有的人
as
都
a
愿意
young
的
woman,
跟
and
你
I call
行，
you young and not old, for your length of days has just begun. I applaud you.
这
I
一
am
个
honored
女
to
人
serve
可以
with
能够来实
ACLC
现
at such a time as this. I am honored to have been in
真
South
实的能
Korea
够
for
来
such a
感
time
谢
as
在
this, to hear
韩
the
国这个时
words,
间。
to see the labor. YCLC Young Christian Leadership Conference, I applaud you. An amazing job. An amazing job. Joshua
而
Holmes,
且有
an
新的这
amazing
个其
job.
他的个消息，
Young
我
Soon,
或者
all
有一
of you,
个
I don't want to call
新的
names,
事情，
all of you superb. My leadership in ACLC, let's keep doing this. We can make a difference. God
请让我
bless
们
you.
一起持续的来做，让我们创造不同。愿神祝
Wow,
福您，
that was such a beautiful message. Thank you so
感
much,
谢带来
Pastor
如此美
Yvonne.
好的一个讯
I think
息。
you really showed us the glow of what it is to be back from Korea and in the presence of True Mother and really be one with her and one with us and sharing your experience with us. So thank you so much. And I think it was wonderful, a wonderful tie into Dr. Yong's message today about connecting to our original heart and
接下来让我
original
们
nature and
感谢
truly
龙会长
embodying
讲到
what it
可以
means to
跟这个
live
本来的
in
心
true
情来
love
连
and
接，
share that with others. So thank
让我
you
们来
so
跟
much
他人
and
分
thank you,
享，
Dr. Yong. And now let us go into our breakout rooms and
让
share
我们
our
进入
takeaways
分
with
享
one
的时
another.
刻。
We'll be back soon. everyone. I hope you enjoyed your breakout session. I know I enjoyed mine. So first up, I would love to invite Iwamoto Chiaki-san, if you could please
那么请一个人来做分享。
Hi, good morning. Thank you very much. So, yeah, today's morning devotion, I really feel, that is true. So the top priority is God
就只
more
会感觉
than
到这
anything
个真
else,
理
more
啊，
than
将神放在
anybody
第一
else.
大于一切，
Yeah,
对
especially
任何人，
now
特
I'm
别是现在，
doing campus witnessing
在做校园的
and
传
also
道，
blessing activity
还有一
in
些祝福的
my
活动，
daily life. Not every day, but at least once a week. I'm
那
doing
不是每天，至
them.
少1周1次。
Yeah, to go out front line, it's God always have to be top priority. So
他前线啊，
if
比
I
较当神
if
放
I
在第
put
一，
God as first priority,
不当
I
神
don't
走在第
feel
一，
any fear.
我就不再
Also,
感
I
到
don't
惧怕，
feel negative feeling
也
to
不会有任何
from
负面的
rejection,
想法，
and I'm not doing myself for myself,
我
but
想啊，我是做的不好，
to share God's love, and
我是可以分享神的爱，
also I can focus total salvation, and yeah, so this is my takeaway. God is top priority
做
in
所
my
学到
daily
的要
life.
将神放在
Thank you
第
very
一。
much.
Thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. And next up, I would like to invite Christopher Bush to please unmute and share.
I'm gonna get you, Nolan. Well, he shared something so amazing. I wish he could have shared how this has inspired him with the motivation of art to create this whole structure in New York. Can you hear me okay?
动机
Let me make sure.
建立这个
And
天的结构，
well, let me, the note that I came up with was conditions are made so that we can go beyond the condition.
跟我抄下的
We're
句话
doing
就
a
说我们
40-day
超越条
study
件，
condition and conversation condition with my daughter Hannah. But it's not the condition itself, it's go beyond the condition and
虽然我跟我女儿
beyond
会
the
树立
law
条件，但是
to
这并不只是一个条
into
件，
the world of the heart.
你是要为了我们是要
So
超越
we can
条件
achieve
进入心
freedom
情的世
and
界，
act based
我
on
可以
our
真
own
实获
heart's
得自
longing.
由。
And then I recited we used to recite my pledge, and some of you younger folks would not have had that experience or remembered it, but the fourth family pledge, I mean, it was the individual pledge, it was it's kind of like an
跟你信
affirmation,
任他，
the individual, family, society,
等到个
nation,
别的家
world,
庭、
and cosmos,
国家、世界到
we're
天
willing
宙
to， attend our Father, the source of peace, happiness, freedom,
来
and all
侍奉我
ideals,
们的父亲，
will fulfill the ideal world of one
拥有
heart
这个自
and
由
one
和平的世
body
界。
by restoring their
为了
original
成就一
nature.
个自由的世
To
界，
do
要有一
this,
个
I
大
I
心
will
体的
become as
统
true
一，
son,
要跟
returning
自
joy
然
and
界的这个统
satisfaction
一，
to our
成
Father
为真实
as
的
our Father's
真
represented,
子女，
transferred to the creation, peace, happiness, freedom,
将一切
and all
转化为
ideals
和
in the
平
world
跟
of the heart.
幸福。
So we're really headed creating the world of the heart, allowing it to manifest through us.
对，当我们可以创造一个心情的世界，就能够实体化这些内容。
Wow. Thank you so much for that. That actually reminded me of when I was a kid. My dad had us recite that growing up. So thank you.
可是
That
你
was
这个提
such
醒
a
了
beautiful
我，那我
sharing.
记得我
And
在我
thank
记
you
小
to
孩的
everyone
时
who
候，
shared this morning. We
我的
always
父
learn
亲
so
总
much
是
from our brothers and
背诵
sisters
这样的内容给
and
我。
hearing their takeaways and their gratitude. So thank you to every single one of you. So now for our friendly reminders. Number 1 is to invite someone from your Trinity or your family or your community, your
在此
neighbors.
请大家可
And
以
I
邀
know that
请你
you'll
的
be
三
glad
位
that
体
you
的
did.
成员一
It'll be
起来加
wonderful to
入。
see new faces and see our returning faces joining together in morning devotion. So number 2, our content summaries and links to images are available on edu.familyfed.org, courtesy of Dr. Kylie. And it'll also be in the chat if you would like to see them. Number 3 is to joyfully give from your heart. Offer a prayer or a song to
所
say
以大家
God
可以
may
能够
inspire
做
you
奉献，
to
你
give a
可
little
以
bit
想想
more of
找
yourself
到看看今天
to
神
morning heart devotion or
希
to
望
your
你可以
own
贡献
community.
多少。
So there will be a link in the chat as well. And if you would like, you can email Tal, Zora, and see if you would like to offer a song or a prayer.
其实你也可以跟我们
So
人
now for
员
our
联
musical
络，如果你
offering,
想
I'd
要
like to
唱
invite
歌的
the
话，
Ngoma family
那
to
接下来
share
是
with us
音
their
乐分
song.
享时间。
안녕하십니까, Yong 회장님. Good morning, family. We would
早
like
安，
to offer a Japanese song
我
called
们要献
Kiru
上一
Koto
首
no Nai, Anata
日
to
本
no
歌，
Yakusoku.
A promise with you that will never disappear, to commemorate the 10th anniversary of True Father Songpa.
这首歌是为了要纪
We
念
would
真父
also
亲
like to
圣和
pray
10周
especially
年，
for the Japanese and Korean members who are fighting through persecution.
特别感
We
谢这
borrowed
些
the music
韩
video
日
from
会员可以
YouTube and
克
added
服
the
这个
English
迫害。
translation to it. We love you, Hein parents, true
我
parents,
爱你，天父母、
Dr.
真
Mrs.
父
Young,
母，
brothers and sisters, and our
他们会
daddy.
长，
Please enjoy.
请大家享受我们这首歌。
いなくなっても Together with you. Beloved Father, please do not worry. We will take good care of Mother and we will be victorious until 2027. We will work to bring a world of lasting peace and be victorious in Vision 2027. Will you join us in 3 cheers of Ongmanse for goodwill, good health and prosperity and blessings? Ongmanse for Heavenly Parent. Ongmanse for our beloved true parents. Ongmanse for the 10th anniversary of the Holy Ascension of Father Moon. And the firm establishment of Ongmanse. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was amazing. I wish I could unmute everyone so we could all cheer. That was such a beautiful offering. Thank you so much for showing your heart for True Father for all of us.
谢谢你们美好的奉献，感谢你们对
Thank you for sharing that with us this
真
morning.
父亲的思
So
念。
now to close us off in prayer, I would like to invite up the birthday
再让我
girl
们今
Hannah
日结束
Lalone
祷告。
to please unmute and pray for us.
Thank you. Okay, join me in prayer.
请大家请与我一起祷告。
Parents,
亲爱的天父母、真
thank
父
you
母，
for this beautiful morning. We
感谢如
are
此美好
all
的早
here
晨。
gathered with our brothers and sisters here today.
所有
We thank
基
you
督徒
for
聚集在一起，
the guidance we are receiving from our Dr. Young
感
every
谢我
day.
们从龙会长领受到
We
的
are
指导，
emphasizing the importance of the unconditional love.
让
And
你
we
可以
pray
用
you
无
are
条
a
件的
example
爱，
of it, loving all your children no matter what situation they're in.
可以能够爱你的子女，无论
Close
怎么样。
attention to those who are secular and you work so hard to bring them back to you.
那些在世俗世界的人们，我们非常渴望可以带他们回到你的面前。
Love others no matter their
请你祷告
circumstance.
吗？能够爱
Inheriting
他
that
人，
parental heart
你可以拥有这
shows
种
so
父母
much
的
hope
爱。
and possibilities.
感谢你给我们所有的这个希望和可能性，
We need to
这样的时候绝对会来到。
on that responsibility to move others and touch their hearts.
我们需要负起
Figuring
责任，
out
感
their
动他
needs
人，他人的
and
心
really。 focusing on how to help them. Although I just want to say thank you, Heavenly Parents, and I
想
appreciate
跟天父母道感
the
谢，
life and blessings you have given to our movement
是你
and to
所
our
给予
brothers
我
and
们的这
sisters.
些
We are
生命和
working
祝
to
福。
make you proud and to be the
我们努
tools
力的
to
要
help
使
you
你
bring
骄
your
傲，
children back to you.
能够将
I
你
pray that we can make you so
的子
proud
带
in one
带
day,
到你的面前。
with one day at a time. So thank you for this beautiful content today. I pray this in all our brothers and sisters'
谢谢
name.
你给我们
And
如
in my
此美好
name,
的内
Hannah
容，
Lalone, daughter Donna
在我们
Rose.
祝福中新家庭的名来报告。阿祝。
Thank you.
Thank you for closing us off, Hannah. Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day today. And I hope everyone has an amazing day today
感谢你
where
的
we
祷
can
告，
really
祝
share
他
our
们生日
hearts
快
with all
乐
the。people around us. And we'll see you tomorrow morning.
可以让我们明
Bye.
天见，拜拜。